Okay, so now that we're done with the Chiefs team-by-team analysis, we're going to move on to the Raiders team-by-team analysis. So, their team strengths, right off the bat, a lot of them, the same thing with the Chiefs, basically QB, wide receiver, O-line, D-lineman, linebacker, cornerback, almost similar to the Chiefs except for O-line. So, what do you guys think about those team strengths?
Can I just go first?
Yeah.
I just want to say, I don't find... Actually, I don't know. If Michael Crabtree, he's getting older, but if he continues to play the way he played last year, I feel like that is a strength. But say he does take a step down, I feel like wide receiver's not really a strength because behind Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree, they don't really have...
But those...
they have Seth Roberts, they have, what's his name, Rod Streeter, I think?
Rod Streeter.
Yeah, I think they resigned. I think they were...
No, he went to somewhere else.
Wait, then who was that guy that they signed back?
Yeah, they did resign.
They re-signed
somebody.
someone.
I can't think of his
Either way,
name,
behind those two guys, I feel like wide receiver is not really that much of a strength. It's just
I think
those
it
two
definitely
guys
is. I think those two players are just phenomenal. Michael Crabtree especially excelled at that number 2 role last year.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
because think about it.
He's got to take a step down eventually.
I feel like it's you run into a similar... Andre Holmes.
Yeah.
If you run into the same situation the Chiefs have. After Amari Cooper, assuming Michael Crabtree doesn't play well, who do you have?
And that's very possible. I mean, last year was a bounce-back season. The years before that, he hasn't been playing that well. You know, last year was his first good season in years.
But you also named a lot of other players like Tom.
But we're saying they're not.
Role players.
Yeah, they're role
What
players.
I'm saying is they're decent, but I wouldn't say their strength behind Amari Cooper and behind Michael.
I feel like if they could get like an early second-round receiver in the draft, that would be huge. Because Michael Crabtree, you got to remember, he's been on and off his whole career. Like with the Niners, he's had a great season, then he's had horrible seasons, and he's done the same thing. Now he went to the Raiders. He had a pretty good season, and now it's going to be interesting to see. I personally just I get wary of that kind of situation. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting to see what happens. And cornerback is a strength, but I feel like it could also not be, because if Sean Smith goes down, you're right back where you left off. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really change in that aspect. But I guess as of right now, it is definitely improved. Mm-hmm. Going to the weaknesses, though, you got tight end and safety. Definitely. I personally can't think of who their safety. Nate Allen, I believe, is their safety.
But then they lost Charles Woodson.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So hopefully Charles Woodson, taught Nate Allen and maybe gave him a few tips and just helped him along the road. I would assume would be something. Maybe he'll get better just based solely off of that. And then the other one is tight end, which
Michael Rivera and Clive Walford were okay last year.
They were okay. They're I feel like they're a little bit like they're up and coming. They're young. They're starting to get better.
It's not a need because like to have young guys, it's just like a weakness, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not a strong point.
Okay, so you might yell at me for this, but team needs I put O-line just because. Like, listen, not because this year they're gonna be great. This year they're gonna have one of the best O-line in the league. They're gonna have Donald Penn, Rodney Hudson, Kaleki Mele, Austin Howard. That O-line's gonna be great.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Yes. So, but I'm saying because Donald Penn is 30, like in his mid-30s, I want to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Early 30s.
Yeah.
But
so
still, that's old.
That's very old. So I think that they should get, maybe not in the first round, but they should definitely get a lineman in the draft. Just to like back up Donald Penn, learn from him. He's 32. Yeah. So yeah, he only has like a couple. I think he signed like a 2-year deal.
2-year, 14.
So I think he'll retire. I think he
but
said
he still played
retire.
very good.
He's gonna be very
usually
good.
You could see like a player declining, but like he stayed the same. Like he's still very good. He's still playing good for them. You know, I agree.
I'm just looking for the future.
Yeah, in the future, but. That's one position, you know what I mean?
It's not, and I've said that's not that big of a need. I think that tight end and safety right now are bigger needs, but safety. I think that Charles Woodson retiring as a whole. I think
Reggie
Nelson. That's what I put. Reggie Nelson is a great short-term cheap option because no one's picking him up. I mean, I know he's 30. I know he's 31, but like. Charles Woodson was 40. They're used to the old safeties. I think that like he has the playmaking ability to be, to make that defense one of the best. He's already got Khalil Mack, Bruce Irvin.
Reggie Nelson would just be a beautiful fit for them because they don't need him to come
Sean
in.
Smith.
Yeah, they don't need Reggie Nelson to come in and just be like
Playmaker.
this almighty god of a safety. They just need him just as a role player. Just whenever the ball comes your way, like just make a play, and that's exactly what Reggie Nelson
he had the most interceptions last year.
Yeah, Reggie Nelson is still playing phenomenal. And they, like you said, they had Charles Woodson at age 40 and, like, kept him for, like, a decent amount of years when they could have got rid of him. So...
To be fair, though, Charles Woodson was playing well,
exactly, and Reggie Nelson is playing arguably, like, almost even better in terms of, like, all-around stats. Yeah. He was probably better than Charles Woodson.
Also, I forgot to mention... Were you going to continue, or...?
No, you're good.
Okay, I forgot to mention our cap situation is still at 30 mil, just under 30 mil.
So they can make moves.
They can make moves. You know, I don't think that they should make moves at, like, the weaknesses because, like, they should try to, like, bolster up, like, other positions. Like, if they can get another corner, like David Emerson and,
played very well.
TJ Carey.
He's a free agent?
No, I don't think so.
No, he's still...
I'm saying, like, if they can get another
Oh.
corner, you know, that could solidify it. It's not a big need. I'm just saying, like, they can use, like, the money that they have. Or they could carry over to next year, and they have, like,
Exactly.
They have a lot next year. But, yeah, that's basically it for the Raiders. What's your guys' predictions for who's going to win that division? It's a very good division.
I would have to go with the Chiefs, honestly.
The Chiefs?
Yeah, I can't really see them.
Well, of course, all of this is barring. We're going assuming nobody gets
and
injured.
again,
And assuming right now, like we're just saying this right now.
No draft predictions, just based off of their team right now.
Because the Broncos
definitely not the Chargers.
The Broncos starting quarterback is Mark Sanchez right now. They still have a great defense, but I mean, I feel like without a quarterback,
I think the Chargers are definitely a team.
It's not the Broncos, not the Chargers. Yeah, it obviously comes down to the Chiefs.
The Raiders are good. The Raiders are a good wild card team. I think that two out of the four teams are going to make the playoffs in this division.
Whichever team out of these two, the Chiefs and the Raiders, whichever team gets the most amount of division, like in their division wins, I think takes it.
And the Chiefs did have the most last year. So my prediction is the Chiefs. You have the Chiefs and you have the Chiefs too. But then again, look for the Raiders to be a good wild card team, and that
definitely. And if something happens with the Chiefs, like Jamal Charles goes down, something happens to Alex Smith, like it could flip just at a snap of your finger. It could obviously.
That's what happened last year with when we thought that Jamal Charles was out. It's gonna be done.
But then there was Charkandrick West and Andy Reid took over, so. It should be very interesting to see, but...
So that's basically it for team-by-team analysis. We're going to move on to our last segment of the day and argument of the week.